Okay, hi. So last time we were here, you guys went through some tunnels that were in the shape of an owl, which you guys gave me a lot of praise for. You're welcome. Photoshop is a hell of a drug. So in those tunnels, Ina found some fun glowing key. Y'all
it's
got
a key? I thought it was an orb. Hold on.
Oh, it's an orb key. Whoops.
Hold on.
Or it can be a key.
Hold on. I want to make sure I didn't write it down. It's a weird orb.
It might have been also a key.
Into a key.
Great.
It turned into
I was right. So
I was like, hold on. Did I write it down wrong?
And then I was like, did I fuck up? Did I just tell you something I wasn't supposed to? Because we're all very awake right now. You don't know why you have a key. You got a key. And you guys ended up with the steampunk goggles that are Ismin's token. Do you know what that means? Absolutely not, but you know you got it. Right before we left, I did a fun little little sidebar where I was just like, by the way, something fell out of the sky. Oh no, you didn't see it. It was so small. It went.
It's a person, maybe.
And that's where we are. I will say, in the last before you guys went home, Solus did take you guys to the healer again and was just like, heal them. And they're just like, why are they always hurt? And she's, why are you asking me questions? So everyone was healed, including Solus, who did also get hurt in that fucking tunnel. And you guys are now
just fine.
Fine. Solus and fucking Murph got destroyed, and Ina was fine.
Ina lived her best life.
I'm fine. I just fell in a spike trap.
Solus has taken the next week off from the antiquities, like her family's antiquity shop, just so she can get more of a handle on things of what's going on. I'm gonna say right now you guys are sort of just like in her studio apartment, and if you guys feel like, oh, I want to go somewhere else, or I want to do something else, that's totally fine. This is gonna be a rather chill sort of episode.
Okay, so
and you have the goggles, by the way. Like, you didn't drop them in.
I know exactly what I want to do, but I'm gonna let Kyle take the lead, because I feel like I've been doing a lot of taking the lead recently. So I will let Kyle go first, because I've been thinking about exactly what Ina would want to do over the past weeks.
I feel like Murphy's gonna want to take a break, and they're gonna want to go see what was it?
Garrick.
Yeah, they're going to want to go see Garrick.
Murphy has one thought, and that's Garrick, and that's all the time.
Yeah, because at first, little insight into Murphy's thought process, they didn't think Garrick was they thought Garrick was just going to be a one-time thing, and now they're the more they get to know him, they're okay, potential.
Oh, are we actually going to see you romance someone, Kyle?
Maybe.
Maybe if Allie ever just brings Garrick.
Yeah. I have to tell Garrick about his shoulder blades.
We're not bringing it here. We can't bring it here. Not in this universe, too.
Anyway, so yeah, Murphy's gonna once they get settled in and relaxing from that fun adventure, Murphy's gonna text Garrick and be like, hey, are you up for going out for a coffee or something?
Now, have you told Garrick at all of kind of what's going on, or how exactly do you explain your life to Garrick? I just need to know.
I think once we established that student fib, they're gonna stick with that, because they don't look that old.
No.
Right? Even though they're 250, they look like they're in their late 20s, early 30s. So it's realistic to think that they could be a student. So, excuse me. They're just kind of like following that student thing, and then they're using that professor as cover. So,
Okay.
if Garrick ever wants to like check up on that, which they don't think that he will, but you can never be too careful.
Well, I can tell you right now, Garrick's definitely told you more about his life than you have him at the moment, and he's trying to get more and more out of you at this point.
So I think the conversation that they're going to have about that is like Murphy is going to tell them that they've been sort of researching every single god's domain.
Oh, okay.
Because that's not exactly
a lie.
False. Yeah. Since they know a lot about each, well, like they not a lot, but they know like a decent amount about each god. So they're like, yeah, I've just been going around, checking out other temples, checking out like reading books and like learning more about the gods, because it's genuinely interesting learning about all these gods and like how they work, what they're about.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's gonna be Murphy's whole thing.
Are you going to be doing anything? Huh?
Can you spell Garrick's name real quick? I was writing it down.
You know Garrick from Fourth Wing?
Oh, yes. Okay. I spelled it like that, and I was like, I just wanted to make sure. I'm so sorry for interrupting.
Nope. Yeah, but do you do anything else than just like hang out with Garrick? Because it's going to be like a few days where you guys are just like sort of talking, learning, just sort of looking at the totem or token. Sorry, not totem. That.
Okay, so I think I'll separate it out by days. So like day 1, Murphy's gonna relax, not really gonna do much, just gonna hang out with Garrick and just chill.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they have the conversation about like the past and like all the gods and whatnot. Day 2, Murphy's gonna like try to inspect the thing, maybe like go back to the library and look for any relevant books.
Okay.
Try to make amends with that librarian that they pissed off.
They fucking hate you.
Yeah. Like Murphy's gonna walk in and be like, "Hi, I'm so sorry about how I acted the other day."
Really? She's more of like, "Holy shit, you're alive!" Like that's where she's at with that.
If you only knew the half of it.
You're like, barely, but.
Yeah. Then Murphy's gonna be like, "What can I do to make amends? I'm sorry, I acted like an idiot."
She just is like looking at you like, what did you find what you needed in the tunnels?
Yeah, I mean, we did. We found more. We answered one question and discovered like 30 more. So.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
So now I'm here trying to look at books and whatnot.
Okay. So what did exactly you find down there? Maybe I can help you look for something.
We found some stuff about what were the gods that we found out like about. I forget.
I mean, you have Ismin's actual goggles. And I believe you actually did write notes because I said, Kyle, I swear to God, if you have pertinent information, you forget about it like you did with Oswald, I'm never going to forgive you. And you giggled.
Well, no, so... I wrote those notes, okay. But I just forget which gods like we learned about because I don't want to give too much away.
No, it was Ismin, Haddon, and...
So yeah, Murphy's just going to be like, yeah, we found some Ismin stuff down there, which is like, fair enough. It's an Ismin place, but we also found Haddon stuff down there. So,
oh, well, that makes sense.
I don't know.
Haddon and Ismin are best friends, so it would make sense that they are in each other's spaces.
Murphy almost said out loud, like, yeah, I've seen them like go out on many occasions.
He's like,
Yeah. It's because I almost said that out loud. Yeah, I've heard stories about how, like, they're really good friends and they, like, do a lot of stuff together.
I think the story goes back to they were like best friends at the age of creation from the three goddesses, and through that their friendship got a lot tighter, and since they tend to be more of the outcasts of the other gods, goddesses, deities, they tend to just more go toward one another. Also because Ismene is the goddess of discovery and Haddon is more of the gambling type, risk and possibility. You take more risk with discovering than not, so it really makes more sense that they sort of circle one another. So it doesn't surprise me
that makes sense.
So it doesn't surprise me that anything Haddon related was down there, or whatever they're going by these days.
Okay, but so basically after they say all that, Murphy's gonna be like, yeah, do you have books about their relationship so I can, like, learn more? Because Murphy has their, like, personal experience about it, but they want to know, like, what the mortals think.
Yeah, we have books on, like, past lore between Haddon and Ismene, but it's nothing that's going to go too into depth. It's just more of, like, stories that have been spoken about, if that's something you want.
No, I mean, like, literally anything helps, because I think, if I remember right, we just, it's...
Keep in mind,
it's a process.
They have no idea that the tunnels are now destroyed, by the way. They have no idea. They don't go down there.
Oh, so they didn't hear the giant, like,
no one was
explosion?
there. It was like the library closed by the time you guys got back.
Okay. Is that something that, like, you think I can tell them?
If you want to tell them, Kyle, that's your own discretion.
Murphy's just gonna kind of lean in and be like, listen, I'm gonna tell you this now, because when we were down there, we, like, uncovered some stuff and there were traps and whatnot.
Okay.
We triggered a trap that collapsed the entire cave.
You what?
Yeah. Didn't really know that would happen.
So you came here asking for a book. Zoe's on the table. So you came here asking
I'm just
for
trying
a book
to be
after
upfront,
you
forward.
just... No, but you're telling me you destroyed an ancient temple of tunnels that we've had
We
coveted.
didn't destroy it. The trap did.
So you destroyed an ancient temple of tunnels that we had underneath the library, and now you're asking me for books?
Red alert! Red alert! Red alert!
Your boss knows about it.
I guarantee you they do not.
It was a big noise. I have a hard time believing that they didn't.
No one
hear
was here by the time you guys emerged, I'm guessing. So I'm going to say no.
I thought the dude was here.
No one was there, Kyle. It was closing time.
Oh. Well, I didn't know that.
Kyle, I said it 4 times. How often did I say that it was closed and no one was there? That there was like no one there, it was nighttime.
So when we left, it was mentioned that when we left, it was like time worked differently. We felt like it was an hour, but it was definitely a different time of day.
I assumed that the curator was still there, though.
No one was there.
Okay, well. Yeah, whatever. They were gonna find out eventually anyway. Yeah, we were honestly just exploring. It was whatever.
Well,
It happens.
what did you guys trigger to destroy the tunnels?
You ever seen Indiana Jones?
No, that's not a thing in Miss Universe.
Well, I'm trying to find a. Do they not have movies?
They do, but why would they have specifically Indiana Jones?
Like you see a thing on a pedestal and you pick it up. Although I'll be honest with you, I wasn't the one that picked it up. So.
Well, do you have it? Do you have the artifact?
Yeah, it's back where we're staying.
Are you bringing
I didn't
it back?
bring it with me.
Are you bringing it back here?
Yeah, once we're done.
Zoe's like Zoe's like Kyle's gonna be put into jail.
I'm sitting here as a player, and I'm just like, motherfucker, stop talking. Whereas he was in the same situation, would say the exact same things.
Yeah, Murphy talks when they're nervous.
Legit would be saying.
I'm gonna need you to bring the artifact back like now, or else I'm going to get the authorities on you because you stole an artifact from a actual temple.
We'll bring it back. That's a promise.
No, that's not going to work for me. In fact, I'm going to hold you here until it's in my hand.
All right, let me talk to your curator.
Let me talk to your manager, but let me talk to your curator.
Bring me your manager.
All right, little dwarf dude comes out. Little guy. He goes, "How can I help you?" "Oh, you're back. You didn't die."
No, we almost did.
Oh,
but
that's unfortunate.
We didn't. Yeah. Yeah, so the tunnels don't exist anymore. There's a trap that was triggered. They were collapsed.
You destroyed our ancient temple tunnels?
We did not destroy it.
No, I don't. So it wouldn't have been destroyed if you didn't trigger anything. That's the thing. So there's like consequences.
How are we going to know there's a trap down there?
I mean, I feel like it's implied. If you go into a dark tunnel that was supposedly powered by the gods, you're not expecting a little bit of trickery and a tomfoolery of traps?
There was a spike fall trap that I did fall into.
Well, you probably deserved it, so...
Probably. I tried to run on the wall to get around it. It didn't go well.
So they found an ancient totem, I guess, or token from Ismene down there. Oh. Would you come bring it back? No.
Yeah, we're just doing our own research on it, and we'll bring it back as soon as we can. Yeah.
That's not... So, that's not going to work. I mean, you need to... That should have just stayed here. That should have never left. That's sort of like, like a museum artifact now.
Okay, well, if you hold me here, I can't go get it. So that doesn't seem like...
No, but you have a phone with your friends that were with you that you can call?
It's not charged.
Then you can call.
I'm new to having a phone. It ain't charged.
Then you can call on our library phone, and if it's not here within an hour, I'm going to set the authorities on everybody.
Well, doesn't Murphy have a pretty good stealth?
I can't have the cops.
Listen, it wouldn't be our podcast if I didn't do something stupid.
This isn't what I had planned today, but sure, it can be break Murphy out of prison, I guess.
You guys don't allow for any wiggle room, huh?
Imagine if you went into a museum and you decided, I really like that painting, and you just went and grabbed that painting. You don't think there's going to be any ramifications for those actions?
I mean, if it was for study.
No, that doesn't work for study.
Swear that we bring it back.
No, that we don't go by the honor system here. We live in a city.
I think being raised as a child of Robanthus kind of made me a little too relaxed about everything.
God, motherfucking damn it! You just told them you're a fucking god.
What?
Not a I don't mean a child of Robanthus. I mean like a follower. I meant to say follower.
You said the word child. Excuse me?
I meant follower. Listen, it's been a long day. I've been studying Robanthus for way too long.
So I'm going to need you to come in back of the library with me, and we're going to hold you there until this token shows up.
Well, I guess we have to say what I do on the first day of the second day in order to get Murphy out of jail.
If Murphy goes to jail. Because Murphy can
right
just
now Murph is. I'm gonna say right now Murph is in back of the library, and they're waiting for you to get in contact with either Solus or Ina.
I think Murphy's gonna try to call Solus.
That's smart. That's probably a smart plan. That's probably the smartest thing you've done right now.
Well, mostly because here's Murphy's plan. Obviously, like they don't want to give up the actual artifact.
Yeah.
So since Solus works at an artifact shop, they don't know what the artifact is. I never told them what the artifact was.
Mm-hmm.
All I said was we saw something on a pedestal and we took it. So
you call Solus?
I don't call because they're going to hear the conversation. I use my phone and text because I'm going to be like, yeah, I'll be honest with you. I lied. My phone is like got 10% battery. So.
Okay, are you messaging your person?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I just said. That I was sending a text to Solus to tell them exactly like. Oh.
So.
Well, yeah. I'm sending a text to Solus that says basically like, "Hey, I'm at the library. I slipped and mentioned the artifact. They want it back. Can you just bring something similar to like an Ismene artifact?" They don't know what the artifact was.
This is what happens in Six Ignition with the Solus. Ah, fuck. All right. Hey, hey, Ina.
Ina's not fucking there. She doesn't have a phone, dummies.
No, but she's at. Would you still be at Solus's studio?
Nope.
While this is happening. No.
Nope.
Ina's doing something
Ina
else.
has a fucking plan. She was doing shit. She's not gonna just sell thumbs. You dumbasses.
Okay,
Whoa.
Fine. So Solus
right now.
Aggressive.
After about 30 minutes, Solus walks in to the Ismene Library Temple. Solus is wearing a pink lacy bandeau top and just like a glitter sparkly mini skirt with like pink go-go boots on, hair in pigtails, bunny ears out, just looking like the most chaperone hooker bunny you could possibly do it with. It's amazing.
Wait, so we're in like the curator's office, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is there anything like cool or fancy Murphy can look at while we're in there?
There's a lot of bronzed and gold stuff just like around. There's like steam pipes just like going up and down the office. There's like tomes on like the back wall.
Murphy's going to be talking the curator's ear off about all of this stuff because they're genuinely curious.
Oh God. So you hear from down the hall just like the clicking of the go-go boots, you knowing instantly that was probably Solus because there's no way anybody in here has that sort of like footwear on. And Solus walks in like, oh my God, hi.
Murphy's just gonna wave with a smile on their face.
It's like, oh my God, hi. So like, why is my bestie here? And she like looks at Murphy without the curator like noticing because he's like looking at something else on the wall while talking. She looks at Murphy, slaps the back of their head, and then
don't mess up my hair. That was mean.
What's mean is the fact that I have to come save your ass because you couldn't keep your fucking mouth shut.
I talk when I'm nervous. Leave me alone.
Solus sits down and goes, okay, so really funny what happened in the cave tunnel things. Murph, I'm just gonna be so clear right now. Murph fell into a pit of spikes and lost so much
I told
blood.
them about that.
Okay, great. They lost so much blood, like to the point where they were hallucinating. Like, so hallucinating.
What? Wait, so hold on. You're telling me that whole thing was a hallucination? And you didn't tell me until 2 days later?
Murph, you were sitting on your bed crying after we sent you to the healers because you can't handle pain.
Okay, but why didn't you tell me this was a... I'm honestly upset.
Because we didn't tell you...
Murphy immediately catches on.
We didn't tell you because... It's a web of lies!
The world was built on a web of lies,
Zoe.
Get used to it.
I will say there was a pressure plate that was accidentally pushed on our way out because there was nothing in there that then did destroy the tunnels, though. So the tunnels are destroyed. That is not a lie. However, you shouldn't have just allowed some 3 randos just like in there peeping around because you guys are spiteful. I'm just saying that seems more of a you problem than an us problem. But no, there was no artifact, and because that was such like an ancient tunnel area that everyone was so afraid to go down in the first place.
Wait, Solus, did we go see a movie like not too long ago about some dude who like treasure hunts? I'm trying to remember that.
Incarcius Jones?
Yes.
Christ. That one was locked and loaded, baby.
It really was. She's been holding on to that.
Oh my Jesus.
Is that where I'm getting all this from? I swear, I didn't think I lost that much blood.
You started talking about some weird golden mask, dude. Like, it was bad. And then things started falling and you said, no, the mask, as we were trying to pull your, like, bleeding body out. It was really embarrassing, actually.
I honestly have to text Garrick now and make sure, because I saw Garrick yesterday and I gotta text him.
Okay, so you're saying there was no artifact. There was no artifact. It was just empty and dank and dark and smelled like bronzed steamed metal because, you know, like the whole steam thing. It was like a weird sort of situation, like weird maze thing. Okay, yeah, I can believe that. Ismene has that little diabolical side in her. Yeah, she totally does. And again, y'all don't have CCTVs down there because y'all were too afraid to like go in there and look anyway. So I guess it's our word over yours. Okay, bye. And she like drags Murphy. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's like once I start talking, it just doesn't stop.
All right. Okay. Yeah, you're lucky. Don't say shit about shit that we're doing right now. It's very illegal.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I just wanted to read books about, you know, Ismene and
we have an entire university library we can go to because of Pippin.
Yeah, I forgot about the university. I think I got distracted by Garrick yesterday.
That's fair. That dick probably rocks. Stop.
Murphy just gives her a look. So.
Okay.
We still got 2 days, right?
We have like a day left. What the fuck did you do on the third one, smarty?
Went back to the library.
Solus is gonna keep you there for death. Solus is like that voice.
I'm kidding.
That poor plant is dead. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's not getting any sunlight.
I'm just fucking with you. I don't actually go back. No. Murphy's gonna try to go to the Rubanthus temple and,
Which
see if
one?
they can, whichever one is closest.
From where? Closest from where? Solus's apartment?
I figure we're at Solus's. So.
Okay, then yeah, it's like across the way, and like it's one of the smaller greenhouse temples.
It's the one that's
Caddy corner. Okay.
Yeah. So Murphy's just gonna go there and see if they can't, like, I'm sorry, but the city looks like a kidney. The map looks like a kidney, and I can't stop seeing it.
Well, stop looking at it like that.
No, they're just gonna go and they're gonna, like, try to contact Rubanthus again, but
Yeah, it's
they
just
know that it
dial
probably
tone.
won't work.
Yeah, it's just dial tone signals. Are you doing that all day?
Not all day, but like just, and then they're gonna, like, is there like a Rubanthus based library there or something like that?
No, there's only Rubanthus greenhouses. There's no libraries.
Okay.
All the libraries are Izmine because this is an Izmine city.
That's fair. Yeah, so that's what they do. They're just going to go to the temple. They're going to try. They're going to look around. They might talk to, like, one or two of the, or just one of the.
Well, every time you talk to one of them, because the first one you talked to gave you the ick, I'm promising you that the other ones are going to give you the same ick. You're welcome.
That's fair. But then they're just going to go back.
Okay.
Maybe they'll get a self-cheesing pretzel on the way home.
Great. While you're walking...
2, actually. 1 for Ina.
While you're walking on this third day, can you give me a vibes check? I'm kidding. Don't say... I didn't mean vibes check, but I meant vibes check.
I'll just do a 3d6.
Can you give me... Let's do a perception.
Okay. Seeing or just regular?
Regular.
That is an 11.
While you're walking, just like sort of like doing what you need, either just like trying to get like some air, trying to like figure out what's going in the Rubanthus, you do feel like it feels like there's a shift in like energy that just sort of happened.
Was this a pass or a fail?
It was a pass. It wasn't like a super good pass, but it was a pass.
I have a thing called observation where if I fail a perception test, then I can re-roll it. But if I have to keep the second roll.
If you want to re-roll it, you can. You didn't fail, but you didn't pass. Like that makes sense. Like you didn't go over and above.
Oops, that's 7. That's worse.
Okay, well then nothing is wrong and everything's okay, and you're just walking.
Fair enough.
Ina, what have you been doing these past 30 days?
Okay, so first, Ina realizes on the way back to the house, like, smash cut immediately as soon as they left. Ina is sitting there as they're walking, and she's like, oh my god, I just lied. And then as they're walking, middle of the street, Ina immediately erupts, I'm so sorry I lied!
What did you lie about?
Just screams, and she produces the weird key, and she goes, I lied to Murphy, I found this weird key. I didn't like the lies.
Where did you find the key?
In the weird cavern tunnels when we went over to when we went to go find the other eye plate. Murphy decided to go in one direction. I wanted to go in another. And then I ended up finding, technically it was before the spiky trap that somehow Murphy thought that they could run across a wall for some reason. But I went into this little area, and then it was weird because it was covered in mushrooms, even though mushrooms not inherently weird, but they were weird because it was like, ooh, I'm meant to be here, and I didn't like that feeling. And then as I went deeper in, there were some more traps, which was really cool, though Murphy did have no cares over the traps that I had, but I was pretty smart by throwing this weird thing called chocolate everywhere. And then I found this weird orb, Murphy, and then she starts shaking Murphy. Murphy, you remember me telling you about the orb?
Vaguely. I was losing a lot of blood.
This was before the spike trap.
Oh, well. No, I don't remember. I really wasn't paying attention. I was more stuck on the fact that you were wasting my chocolate.
Oh, okay.
You're supposed to eat it.
It smelled weird. I didn't like it. And then...
Have to put that in the lore that Una does not like chocolate. Great. Amazing.
Yeah, right.
Well, she hasn't tasted it yet. She just thinks it smells weird. Then
I think you should try tasting it next time.
No, I don't really want to. Then I ended up... keep me on track here. I'm trying to tell you about the lie I did, and it's a big deal.
Chocolate's important. I'm just,
Chocolate
anyway.
Is not important. It smelled like old people.
Old people smell like chocolate.
You need to get your senses. Yeah, you need to get your senses worked out.
It just smelled weird. Anyway, anywho's, then she slowly
Murphy pulls out another chocolate bar.
then slowly produces the key, and then I found this weird orb, and I tried everything to get it out, and so then I was like, "What if I touch it?" Which is a really stupid move, I know. And then I touched the orb, and then it melted, and then there was this key inside, and then she produces the key.
Did you ever take a time to look at the key?
No. She literally just shoved it in her pocket.
So when you hold the key, it has it's very ornate. It has a 3 sort of bump out design, and within the design in the very center there is a skull, but around the 3 sort of bump out design, it has a bunch of vines that are wrapping around it, and on the actual long part of the key right before the prongs hit it, it says to the under 1.
To the under. Is anything capitalized?
Under is capitalized.
Ooh.
1. It's it has the number 1 on it.
Oh. To the under number 1. Okay. Weird. And then she says, and then this key has a weird inscription, and I'm not very keen on it. I don't know what it means. It's not like the riddles that I was able to solve. It says to the under, and then it has the number 1 on it.
Solus looks at it.
I think we've established I'm not good at riddles, so this is your all's thing.
I don't think this is a riddle, though.
Solus looks at it and goes, do you guys remember? Probably not. You probably didn't even catch it. Let's be so for real. I figured that out with you guys. When you said, well, I believe it was Murphy that said, you can't get lower. We're already at the lowest point. And I said, I mean, yeah. And I said, well, and then I kept going. It didn't happen. There is technically a lower part. It's called the under. And that's just sort of where a lot of demons and angry monsters sort of are, but it's kind of a myth. It hasn't really been proven that's an actual thing. So
then why would there be a key for a place that doesn't technically exist?
Well, I mean, the key kind of implies that it exists.
What?
Ooh.
Maybe it's another mystery.
Maybe. There's technically one memortum place.
Oh,
So,
are we gonna get to talk to Memortum? That'd be so
maybe that. Okay, so I guess we go home after the healers and shit.
Mhm.
Go and do sleepy times and stuff. Ina does her morning routine, the huge. Solus yells at her about being naked. So Ina realizes that even
This is
though
the
she
first
was
day.
yeah, this is the first day. This
Okay.
is the first day. Even though Ina realizes she was not as she wasn't totally underprepared, but she realizes that her friends are underprepared, which then makes her underprepared. So what she does, she is going to have a tiny shopping day for herself.
Oh God.
And
Okay.
she is. Oh, I was trying to bring up my character sheet, and my character sheet is already up. So Ina is going to first go to the Alcindor ones because I feel like I think we established that she went to all the other Alcindor ones and got them to work on shit, right?
Yeah.
He goes specifically to the Alcindor temple that she set up as the blacksmithing forge.
Okay.
She is going to make because I don't know. I think Ina would know this, so it's technically not metagaming. I think she's going to make light leather armor for both Solus and for Murphy. She secretly took their measurements while they were sleeping.
Okay. Keep in mind, Solus will not wear it unless it has her midriff out.
Ina knows what's up. So is that going to cost her any money to do this, to make the light leather stuff
you
for
need
them?
you need to have the leather material, and
Okay.
they pretty much have all of, like, the metal stuff that you would need at the
Okay,
forge.
so then she immediately goes and tells them she's going to come back. She needs to run a quick errand. Like, she tells Solus and Murphy this at 7:00 in the morning, at an ungodly hour of the morning. She's like, I'm gonna be back. I'm running some morning errands.
Murphy doesn't even wake up.
Slams the door.
Murphy's dead asleep.
Ina goes to Vincent's shop, the craft store.
I like to think when there's only two of them in the studio apartment, we're all snuggling on Solus's bed, just one big bed.
Just one big bed.
For sure.
So it's just Murphy and Solus just snuggled.
They put a pillow wall for Ina so that her naked body doesn't touch them. Okay, so she goes to Vincent's shop because she could talk to him and ask, where can I find leather? So she goes into Vincent's shop and she goes, or is it even open? She's knocking on the door to see if it's open.
Oh yeah, it's not open yet.
Okay, so then she's And then she goes over and she's just is there any breakfast places that are open?
there's little bistros just all over, because in the craft area is right outside of where the town center is, and the town center has all of the bistros and cute little shops and everything. So
okay,
yeah.
So she goes into the first cafe that she sees.
Wonderful.
Hoping that it's close enough where she can see if Vincent were to walk by. I think it's strategic enough where if she sees Vincent go in, she's gonna be aha, this is the perfect spot.
It's called the Blue Topaz, and they specialize in craft espresso beverages and teas.
Okay, perfect. Do they also have foodstuffs?
They have the Starbucks variation of food, so they have croissants and little pastries.
Perfect. So then she says, as she comes in, and she's like, again, like super tall, buff woman.
Yeah, I know.
Wearing her leathers still because she has no other clothes. Because her clothes before were ripped. So then she like goes, "Hello, shopkeep," and then bends down to look at, like, gets really close to look at their name tag. What is their name?
The person in front of you's name is Sorella.
Spell it for me.
Why?
Manning, it's in the list of friends.
I fucking hate you. Sirella.
She goes, "Hello, Sorella. Is this your establishment? It's quite nice."
I just work here.
Well, I'm here to procure some sustenance. What do you have on offer?
Our menu is right above me, and she like points to above her where everything is on the menu. It's like
you get a flashback. You get a flashback to a conversation with Murphy where Murphy's basically just like, yeah, you got to read a lot of stuff down here.
Ina is now terrified.
It's like when we first got here.
Ina is now terrified because she can't read very well.
That was never in the lore.
Ina then goes,
"This is 11 episodes in. We're still getting new lore, baby."
No, Zoe, just do the thing where it's like, do the thing where it's like, I'll take whatever your most popular thing is.
So Ina then bends down and she goes, sorry to excuse me, my new friend Cirilla, but can you read me the menu? I'm not very good at reading. She gets very sad.
Are you dyslexic?
No, I can only read up to a certain level because and then she like thinks about it for a second. She's like, my dad? Yes, my dad said that that it's not good for us to read up to a certain level, only enough to understand, but all of this stuff is written up there and it's very close together and it doesn't make much sense.
You had an abusive household. I'm so sorry. Well, what?
No, my dad was totally cool. I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
We learned how to survive. That was cool.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask you about your abusive household anymore, but like, what flavors do you like? Do you like sweet, or do you like more bitter, or do you
the conversation
floral?
with Murphy about chocolate shows up.
I drink pretty much anything as long as it's alcoholic, but I don't
You're telling me they don't have alcoholic Irish coffees here?
That's a damn lie. Serena had alcohol when someone gave it to her, and the way she drank it was like this, so don't lie.
No, hold on. Like, she has had, remember we talked about how they would have like, she would drink like whiskey and stuff. She wasn't sure about mixed drinks and stuff like that. That was new territory for her. So, remember, it was like hard liquor or nothing. That's how Cinder was. But she doesn't drink tea or whatever. She's like, but as she's saying, I drink mostly things that have alcohol in them, like whiskey and stuff like that. But
Solus has been giving Serena a green smoothie every morning, and she's just been saying, yeah, it totally has vodka in it. Totally. Drink
but
this.
I don't know what all this other stuff is. My new friend Solus has been giving me this weird green drink that I kind of like a whole lot. It's almost like it's milky, but it has, I'm going to do an intelligence check. I'm going to see if Solus has been able to, or if Ina has been able to tell us
Solus has been secretly feeding Ina fruits and vegetables for the past, like, month.
No, I think, like, Ina obviously knows how to eat a well-balanced diet and shit. It's just that alcohol was, like, a huge thing. So she's gonna, like, roll to see if she's, like, aware that Solus is being a good friend. Nope. That was a 5, a 3, and a 1. That's a 9. She's like, but it tastes really good. It was kind of thick and it was green tasting. Do you know what
she's
I'm
been
talking?
she's been making you green smoothies? That's such a good friend.
Oh, a green smoothie. Is that what it's called? Okay. So I would also like that. Exactly how my friend Solus makes it. And then...
Oh, we don't have smoothies here, hun. We only have espresso drinks. So it's like stuff to wake you up, to get you hyper.
So then what would be similar to that?
Well, those are usually a little bit more like earthy and fruity. So probably kind of, I guess, like our hazelnut raspberry latte with oat milk would probably be really good.
Okay, can I have one of those? And
Do you
then
want
my
iced or
friend
hot?
Murphy, huh?
Do you want iced or hot?
Zoe the player wants it iced because fuck hot drinks. Which we would eat. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm gonna make it iced because I like it better iced.
Okay, and then my friend Murphy has also been trying to teach me about this new thing called chocolate.
Oh, we have chocolate croissants.
Okay, may I please have a chocolate croissant?
There's no way she would know how to pronounce that for real.
Okay, so then
Absolutely
Ina
no
then
way.
goes, okay, so then may I please have one of your chocolate croissant, please?
That's too close. That's not how she would say it.
She's just gonna pronounce it wrong every single time.
Yeah, sure. This is going to be like 10 fillas.
Okay, and then she slams down 10 fillas.
I see that coffee is also expensive in this world.
Well,
Gotta
it was
have
a
some
coffee.
level of realism.
To be fair, it was coffee and a pastry. That's $5 each. That's not
with
that bad.
Milk. With oat milk.
At Starbucks, that's $17.83 or some shit.
It would
be like 11. It would be like $11.
You wanna know how much this was?
How much?
$5. This was $5 because I found a cheap but tasty coffee place.
Oh, yeah, good for you. We live in areas where those don't exist.
And I said $10. That means $5 for the croissant and $5 for the fucking
Why is the
coffee.
croissant $5? That should be $3.
Because it's a chocolate croissant.
It has the chocolate thingy in it.
That should still be at least like, at
croissant,
most like $4.
A plain buttered croissant from Starbucks is $3.
Exactly. So the drink should be $5.
Plain buttered croissant.
So then the chocolate chips would make it like $3.75.
No, that's not how Starbucks works, baby boy.
I love how Zoe. This is the hill we're dying on right now.
It's not that Murphy fucked up earlier.
Exactly, it is exactly $16.28 at Starbucks. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Starbucks is shitty.
I'm still being cheap technically. I was like, I should do 15 fillas, and I was like, no, I'll drop it to 10 because I want to be nice.
Yes. Shut the fuck up, Kyle. Okay.
Just saying, it should be less.
Ina is now sitting and waiting for her food.
Hey,
she doesn't know what to do.
When you go to edit this a month later, I'm gonna need you to make that entire thing. You do not cut that out, bitch. Bitch, you do not cut that. Put that at the end. Thanks.
Blooper.
I was gonna say that. No, that should stay. That should stay in exactly where it is.
Okay, or it should go right at the top.
So,
intro.
So it takes like 10 minutes for your coffee to come out. They're a little bit like packed right now with like all the other people that are coming in.
Ina is good at waiting.
Yep, and you just hear Serena, and like your cute little coffee and your croissant gets put up.
So tiny in her giant hands.
It's so small.
So small.
What'd you get? An 8 ounce?
No, 16
She
would
just
still be
ordered-
small.
Just
Oh, that's
order
fair.
whatever.
I guess.
So now she's gonna go sit, I guess. Is there like a place to sit outside?
Yeah, it's like a bistro area, so it's like a little outside seating area.
Okay, so she sits outside and she's going to eat and drink and wait for her friend Vincent. Her close friend Vincent.
It takes about an hour, but Vincent finally shows up to open up, and you're lucky that Vincent was the opener today, because it could have very well just not been Vincent.
Well, if anything, she would have marched in and made a new friend. So, so as she's waiting and she's drinking, I'm gonna roll to see if she likes the drink. Oh, good, she likes the drink because of that. She likes the drink. She sniffs the croissant and she's like, still smells like old people. And so she brings it up and she takes like the tiniest of bites.
Completely misses every single chocolate chip.
And she's just like, I don't know why Murphy likes this. This tastes awful. It smells bitter. It tastes bitter. It smells like old people. And so she eats it, doesn't enjoy the chocolate. And then she sees Vincent, and so then as she's finishing up, she then throws her stuff away in the proper receptacles, and then she runs across and she's like, Vincent, my best friend Vincent! And is like running up at him as he's like in the middle of opening the door.
Vincent looks and goes, oh, shit.
And then she reaches her hand out and she goes, hello, friend Vincent. I'm here to buy some more items from you.
You didn't really buy any items from me last time.
Well, this time I have money.
Oh, okay. That's good for you.
I have a question.
Okay.
First, do you sell leather?
We have a fabric section. We might have some leather in there.
Leather hard enough for armor?
How's that LARPing thing going? Did you find them? Is that
yes,
what this
that's how
about?
I was able to get the armor, or get the money for the armor. I made a lot of money there.
Oh,
pretty
cool.
Decent money. I might end up going back just to make some more money.
Cool, that sounds great. Yeah, just you're not technically supposed to be in before I count the registers, but just like come in. I don't care.
Okay, I promise I will stand right here and guard while you do what is called counting of the registers.
Thanks.
So she's standing guard.
It takes him about 15 minutes to like properly open up the store and everything. He goes, okay, come with me to the fabric section. And there's like a few things of like leather. It's like maybe 4 different like areas that has the leather in it. And then the rest is just like cotton or polyester or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Not the
there's
leather
like
she needs.
it's like a thinner leather. It would be leather that you could definitely see Solus definitely just wearing something skimpy with. Like it's like that kind of leather. It's not like thick at all.
Okay, she goes, well, this doesn't help me much. Do you know where I could find leather?
I mean, probably back at your RP station, I guess, over in the park.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go and make a visit to my friend Marco. But before I leave, I'm also going to need a few things here first, if that is okay with you, Vincent.
Yeah, sure. What do you need?
Okay, I'm going to need fabric scissors. I'm going to need some needles and some thread. I'm going to need at least 4 reams of fabric, as much as I can carry, or as much as I can use with my money. And she's essentially just buying like outfit making supplies.
Yeah.
Like she's listing off all the things she needs.
Yeah. He gets all of those things for you. Make sure it's everything that you like actually properly need and not like anything that you really don't, unless you see something that you're just like, ooh, I want that with it. But Yeah. He gets everything for you. The total for that ends up being like 50 villas.
Okay. So now, so that would leave me with $9.95. Sweet. Okay. She's like, thank you, Vincent. This has been a lot of help. Would you like a chocolate croissant? For being my friend.
Sure. Last time you tipped me with a pretzel, so this isn't even surprising. So
okay, so she goes over, buys the exact same drink and thing that she had over there, and goes over and then gives it to Vincent.
Okay, Vincent goes, thanks. Have a great day.
It tastes exactly like a smoothie. And then she walks out. So then she goes back to Solus's place. Actually, hold on.
Do you want to go to Sidious Park?
Hold on. No, she's thinking. She doesn't want people to know that she knows how to make dresses and clothes and shit. That's still a secret.
Remember, Solus also lives above a cafe that has 2 lesbians as the owners of it. So if you want to hide it in the cafe, they'll probably they know y'all by now. They're like, somehow Solus got roommates in his studio apartment. We don't know how that works.
So she walks there and then she pauses and she's like, wait a minute, I don't have my closet to hide things in anymore. So then she like sneaks in and has all of the stuff hidden behind her. Very clear as day, you can see it. Like, very funny. So then she goes up and she talks to the 2 lovely ladies and she goes, hello, I'm wondering if there is an extra space that you are not using so I can store secret supplies.
I believe their name is Isabel and Roxanne. Isabel and Roxanne are halflings. They both look at you and they go, "Oh, we have a back room. Yeah, we can set it. We can set it aside for you. No problem."
Do you mind if I come in here at certain points just to do my secret work?
No, not at all. Actually, can you do us a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Murph is down here basically every morning asking for like a blueberry muffin or like a donut or something. And we just we love them. We think that they're great. We just love their energy. Can you like go upstairs and give them this? And it's just like a box that's just like filled with like day old treats that for Murph that just weren't sold.
Of course, my new friends Isabel and Roxanne, I would certainly do that. If you don't mind, I'm gonna go set this up in the back. And then she goes, cleans out like a little area for herself, trying not to take up too much room. And then sets herself up. And then she goes, I'm gonna come up and I'm going to drop off these treats. And then she checks the time. It's probably like 8:30.
Yeah, it's like 8:30. Almost 9. Yeah, it's probably like almost 9, like 8:45-ish.
Okay, so she's like, they're probably still sleeping because Solus and Murphy like to sleep in very late, which is kind of counterproductive, but I get it. So then she like salutes and then walks upstairs and then opens the door and yells very loudly, I got you 2 breakfast! And then slams the door and goes on her other errands.
You scared the shit out of them. Solus was definitely cuddling up to Murph because Murph was warm. Murph did not care.
Murph doesn't care. Murph is dead asleep.
Okay, so you are going to the RP area again. You're going to Sidious Park.
Yep, she's either going to try to make some more money to get some leather, or she's going to get...
While you're headed to Sidious Park, Ina, can you give me a perception?
Uh-huh. What is my perception? It's not a searching, is it?
You wouldn't know if you're searching.
Okay. Yo! Okay, that's a decent roll. A 5, a 4 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13.
You feel an energy that you've felt before. It's very similar to something you felt from home. It feels very like it feels very like you've felt it before. If you want to do another searching for me, you can, because now you have that sort of about you that you know what's going on.
Okay, I earned myself another stunt point. Jeez Louise, just rolling all the 6s. Okay, so there's a 6, a 5 makes it an 11, plus 4 makes it 11 plus 4 is 15, plus 1 is 16, plus 2 is 18.
Okay, you went above and beyond and beat that. Do you notice once you start feeling that energy, if you look in a tree that's like catty corner, like going to the LARP grounds in the park, you notice something shiny sort of like sticking out of it.
I go and investigate the tree.
It's a tiny axe.
A tiny axe?
Tiny axe. Little tiny axe.
Okay. I remove the axe from the tree.
You've seen these axes around, but it's been a while since you've seen them.
Is this one of my siblings' axes?
It's like this big. It's like a little cocktail axe.
It's like a little cocktail axe.
Yeah.
God, I feel like as
axe.
a player, I need to know what this is.
It was something that we've very much touched on the very first episode, like prologue.
Okay, I'm going back. It's either Gemma or Dorian. Which one? I didn't write down which one used axes.
That's because neither of those did.
I was about to say it's either that or Anir.
No.
Those are the only people I really talked to other than Murphy.
I didn't say you talked to them while you were.
Uh-oh. Can Ina do like an intelligence check? Because I'm not going to remember this shit.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, Ina. Come on, Ina. You got a +1 to intelligence, baby. I didn't add that in there for nothing. Come on, baby. Okay. Not bad. Okay. So that's a 5 and a 5. That's 10. And a 2 makes it a 12. And a 1 makes it a 13. That's not bad.
You remember having this conversation on the day that you fell with your father?
About going to Memortum if something were to happen.
And at the beginning of that conversation, Alcindor said, "Why did I give Mars the coolest name only for them to make tiny axes?"
Oh shit, I would not have known that. Holy fuck. So then she like says out loud, just barely above a whisper, she goes, Oz? Like she's like, now she's like looking around. Like she is now looking for one of her siblings.
Right now it's just quiet. But you do notice while you're now sort of in the moment that these little axes are kind of scattered everywhere, almost like place markers.
Okay, she follows the axes.
They start going a little bit away from Sidious Park. They like go like more into like the foresty area of it.
Okay. She follows the axes and she's picking them up along the way so that she can use them potentially as weapons.
They're like cheese knife size, and you make that so clear.
I don't care. I can use anything as a weapon, baby.
You don't find anyone. You're just following. You don't see
Mhm.
anyone. You don't find anyone.
She's still following the axis.
Yep, they stop sort of in a clearing, and you don't see them anymore.
So then she says a little bit louder. She goes, Mars! I found your tiny axes! You've been dropping them everywhere! That's not very nice! Anyone could just fall and trip on them! And as she's doing this, she's just like slowly turning around and she's searching to see if she can see anything and like hidden in the shadows.
It's absolutely silent.
I'm gonna just roll my searching now. Okay. That is a 6 and a 3. Makes that a 9. And a 4 makes that a 12. And my searching makes that a 14. And my +1 makes that a 15.
You don't see anything, but you hear something behind you, but it's running. It sounds like it's running the other way, like back towards Sidious Park.
She follows.
When you end up at the area of Sidious Park where the RP is, because that's where it was going, there's absolutely no one there except for Marco at the front desk that just goes, Aina! Huzzah!
Okay, so she doesn't know who it was, saw them running. Did she see where they went after they come back? Like, no trace? Okay.
Nope.
And then
remember, it's also another child of Alcindor.
Okay, so do I know what Mars looks like? Was Mars ever described?
Mars is transmasculine. They have very beefy shoulders, very like good biceps, sort of more of like swimmer's body type where like they're toned in like the abdominals area. Always has already had like the upper surgery where like they no longer have breasts or whatever. They have more of like stoic features, very stark jawline. And when you last saw them, they were just starting to actually fully grow like a goatee. But they also more have like subtle feminine features to them, which they don't mind, but they would rather like keep it a little bit more masculine.
Did you mention what their race was again?
They are I think I had it down somewhere. I believe that they are one of the human barbarian types.
The Avar?
Yeah. That's it, the Avar. Yep, Avar.
Okay, so almost just as tall as Ina. If correct me if I'm wrong.
They're like 2 inches taller than Ina.
I was about to say, like, Ina's tall for a fucking elf. Ungodly, like, not normal elf height. So yeah. Okay, so and then she's like, Marco, Huzzle! Have you seen someone who's a little bit taller than me come by? Almost all of Alcindor's children have red hair, correct?
Mars has black hair.
Mars. Black hair, kind of short cropping, really cool looking goatee.
No, I haven't really seen anyone like that around here, but like, hey, if they want to like get into the RP, just like have them sign up.
Okay. Marco, two favors. Well, possibly three to ask you.
Anything.
One,
Marco's in love with Nina. Anything.
Anything. Marco goes, she says, I'm flustered now. Ina then goes, so Marco, I want to ask this first. And she pulls out one of the tiny axes and then she puts it down and she goes, if anyone comes by and they're sporting some tiny axes, can you please call my friend Solus or my friend Murphy? Because I'm not allowed to have what is called a phone.
Oh, yeah, totally. Oh, these are awesome. Are they made with obsidian? I know, like, you came in with some obsidian stuff, and that stuff's super rare. How do you know them? They sound cool.
One of my... She's trying to think of a lie that's not a lie. She goes, one of my half-siblings likes to make them, and I heard that they were in town, but I haven't had a chance to see them yet. They're quite shy.
Oh, yeah, no problem. That's fine. Great. Yeah, I'll totally be on the lookout.
And then
can
she
I
gives
keep this?
most... And then she goes, I mean, if you want to... And then she, like, opens up, like, her little pockets that are just, like, overfilling with them because she still have, like, a bag yet. And she's like, I got at least... And she's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then she's like, I got at least 10. And she goes, definitely more than 10 there.
Yeah. He looks at how much you have and immediately goes, do you want my satchel? Do you want to hold them in a satchel?
Well, I would feel bad about taking something that is yours.
You can have anything of mine.
Really? Is it because we're friends?
Yes.
Perfect. And so she takes it, and then she, in exchange, is just like, I don't have any more pretzels, so I don't have anything to give you in terms of friendship.
Our friendship is not defined on pretzels. This was a favor.
Oh, I just found that making friends is easier if you give them food, because that's how I became friends with, and then she proceeds to list all of her friends in a row. That's how I became friends with Murphy and Solus and Sorsha and Sawyer and Sage and Star and Marco, which is you, and Carl and Vincent and Pretzel Guy and my new other friend named Pippin and Franklin and Amory. And, well, Amory didn't become my friend because of food, and neither did Franklin. They're just a little bit weird. They're more Ismene followers. And Cirilla is my new friend over at the town center, and she is one of those people that runs one of these things called a cafe, and she introduced me to something called tea. And also my friends Isabella and Roxanne, even though I asked them first, but Murphy really likes them because they always buy muffins.
You don't have to ever give me anything. I just like being around you, Ina.
Cool. So, she, I guess, now has a backpack to put stuff in now.
It's like a little, like, it's like a little, like, leather satchel situation.
Okay. So I'm gonna add that to my inventory, leather satchel. Yeah, EL. I was like, okay. And then I'm gonna put it as 1, and I'm gonna say filled with tiny axes. Obsidian. So those could be good for Murphy for throwing axes.
They're this big.
Yeah, they could be used as throwing axes. That's a dexterity weapon, baby. That's a missile weapon.
Now,
Murphy can use that.
Now, do you want to go into the RP area and get your leathers?
So she then asks, so I was told by my friend Vincent that I could go and I could get leather here. I'm trying to make some more armor.
Oh, yeah. Come right on in. We have a leather shop that would have, like, all the hide that you would probably need.
Sweet. And then she signs herself in before. And how much did it cost before? Like, what, 5
Oh, he doesn't charge you. Because you
Oh.
became their blacksmith, he no longer charges you for anything.
Okay. I buy the leather. I feel like I've been taking over control for so long.
The leather is going to cost you like 200 fellas. It's not going to be cheap.
That's fine. Anything for my friends. Okay, so now I'm down to that much. Okay, so then she asked, would I be able to work as a blacksmith for a little bit just to make up some money?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay, do I have to do all the fucking rolls that
Nope.
I did last time?
Nope. I'll just do how much you make that day. Do you do anything for the second day, or because you
Okay.
even said I'm not at home?
Yeah, so for this, so finishing out the day, she makes the stuff to make some money. She also, while she's there, she makes the stuff for Murphy and for Solus. And so,
Okay, now you did leave like your sewing stuff with Isabella and everybody. So unless you're like going back home,
I feel like you can make leather without using sewing materials.
Okay.
Like it's light like this is what the point is. It's light leather armor. The sewing materials is for something else.
Got it. Okay.
Secret stuff.
Okay. There we go. You made 200 fellas even. So
Sweet.
You actually
So
just like made it back.
I broke even. Sweet. Okay. So I feel like that's enough from the first day. Second day, she goes back to the Alcindor place. Hold on. Let me look. Okay. So what she does is she asks them, I need you to make me some light. Well, it says mail armor. I don't know what kind of mail armor it would be. So let me look in the book because she wants mail armor.
It's chainmail, but like if you want to make it leather, you can make it leather.
So she can make. I can wear up to heavy mail armor. Because I'm looking at like the stuff that I can wear. Because it says you can wear leather armor and mail armor without suffering a penalty to dexterity.
Okay.
So I feel like she would want to make herself light mail so that she can move around easier. So she tells them, I would like for you to make to begin at least the process of making it, like get the materials and the stuff ready because she likes to make her own stuff. And then does Murphy have their own weapon other than the gun?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like Ina is going to she's going to give all this stuff in one go. But God, I can't wait for us to level up again because I cannot.
I just leveled you up.
I know, but the reason why is because I can add, since it'll be an even level, I can start enchanting stuff as a blacksmith.
3?
That's why I can't. Yeah, we're only level 3, baby. It's fun. I'm loving this. But I want to be able to enchant stuff when I make it. So I don't want to make them. I think the way that she has, because I don't think you can enchant leather, but she's going to hold off on making weapons for them so that she can do that with enchantment. Like she knows she can do it, but she just can't right now because she's not God anymore. So second day, I feel like she wakes up, does the same routine, goes to the same place, orders different food this time. She's trying different food. I'm marking down that I'd spent another 10 things. And so she goes, and I feel like how early was it that Murphy went and did this thing? It
was first thing they did. So we'll say 9
a.m.
They didn't wake up till 10.
Yeah,
well, they didn't wake up till 10, so we'll say 11.
Okay, so smash cut as this is happening at the exact same time, Ina walks up to a door and then knocks on it heavily, and she goes, "My friend Pippin, are you in?
Pippin,
I don't know your schedule yet."
Pippin goes, "I have a class in like 20 minutes. What do you need?"
I have something that I would like to give to you. And then she hands over coffee and stuff.
Okay.
And so she goes, "I was told by one of my friends, Marco, that this is not the only way that you can make friends, but I feel like this is the best way for me to make it right now. So, anywho, I have 2 questions I would like to ask you."
I might have the answers.
Okay, one, and she pulls out of her, because I imagine, like, while she's at, like, this Ren Fair place, she's buying, like, stuff for them to go on adventures, right? So, spends $200, does another thing, and then I feel like she spends the $200 she just made by buying, like, backpacks, things like that you would need to go traveling with, and like go on like basic adventure kit stuff, and then you can tell me later like what comes in all of that. She pulls out of one of the satchels that she bought yesterday that doesn't have the tiny axes in them, and she goes, "This is what we found in the cool temple place."
She goes, Can I hold it?"
"Of course." And then she delicately hands them over, and she goes, because didn't she wear them at some point? Like she did, because she put them on and she looked at the map, and she goes, "When I wore them, I got to see some cool things, but I was looking at a map while that happened. I don't know what else it does. All I know is that these are some cool goggles, and that Ismene herself told me that I was worthy of wearing."
So these are my mother's first set of discovery goggles, meaning that they are able to show what you are looking for the most through them and where and what continent they would be at.
Okay. So then, God, I'm so behind on writing down notes. So she goes, "Ooh, some discovery goggles, and they show you what you want most." She then says, "Do they do anything else, or is it just looking at stuff to make it look cool?"
They are Ismene's first, like, actual real token that showed that she was a goddess. So this is what is considered her token, if that's what you're asking.
So this would be the token in order to get into the special mirror thingy?
Yes, this is one of the tokens to get into one of the special mirror thingy.
Cool.
Or the Versailles mirror.
So, I have another question. And then she proceeds to pull out the key, and she goes, "But I would rather have you not tell my other friends that I have this key. I wasn't sure what it is, but if they ask about investigating it, could you please ask them that you don't know what it is or what it's for? I just need to know what it is and what it's for."
Okay, can I hold it?
"Sure." And then she delicately puts it on, and she goes, "I found it in a weird part of the cave system, and it was behind a red orb, and when I touched it, it melted, and there was this key inside."
Okay, when you put the key in Pippin's hand, it's almost like the key rejects Pippin and goes immediately back to you, Serena.
Well, that's cool. That's never happened before.
It doesn't like me, it seems. Could you just hold it and I can look at it?
Sure. And she holds it like super awkward.
Yeah. Keep in mind, Pippin's so small compared to Ina, too. Like, she is a lot smaller than Ina.
She's like bent over.
Yeah. She's like looking at it and she goes, into the under. Huh. What exactly did you see with the goggles? Like, do you know, or did you just like put them on?
Well, I put them on when we were out of the tunnel, and on the map, I was able to see all these weird dots. And then she pulls out the map that they were using, and then she like shows where all the dots were on the world and shit. And she goes, and that's pretty much all that I saw. I haven't tried the goggles on the key yet.
No, I don't think that would work. It says number 1 here, so there's probably a chance that there's more.
Okay.
So let's start with that assumption. Being one of the daughters of the goddess of discovery, we discover things, on a day-to-day basis. The myth of the under is sort of a dicey one, especially when it comes to children of the Citadel. Especially because we're not technically supposed to be allowed there. There are some rumors that a lot of the Sisters of the Last Death from Immortum are from the under, but they're always in those robes. You can never really tell.
Okay, so quick recap. The under references is the sisters that follow Immortum, and they're able to come and go as they please through the under, correct?
The under does not reference them. It almost sounds like a place that needs to be opened.
Okay. So, sorry, I'm trying to catch up on all of the notes that I've been missing while I've been role-playing so well. Okay, so she then says, thank you, Pippin. This was very, what is called, enlightening.
I'm happy I could enlighten you. I have a class in like 5 minutes, so I'm gonna have to ask you to leave so I can start actually getting everything ready for that.
That is fine. Just one other quick question. I promise it will be very quick. You can say yes or no. Feel free to. Would it be possible for you to help me learn how to read better?
You don't know how to read?
Not very well. Alcinda thought that wasn't stuff that we should know how to do. It's more, hands-on things and learning how to survive and how to fight. And so I thought in this world where I have to do a lot of reading, it would make more sense for me to learn how to read better.
Yeah, sure. Just have Solus get in contact with me and we'll get a schedule together.
I don't want them to know I don't know how to read very well.
Then I don't know how to tell you my schedule because it changes every week.
It changes every week? What time do you get up in the mornings?
9?
I can be here early because I like to wake up pretty early. Does that work for you? And I promise I will always bring you something to eat and to drink as a part of our friendship agreement.
There isn't any Sure. It would have to be an every other day thing, though. It can't be an every day. Okay. Is there anything else you need?
No, you need to go to class now. And she shoves her out the door. Come on then, students are trying to learn how to read here. And then she runs away.
Okay.
And then she goes and she makes the armor for her friends and then makes the armor for herself. But then the armor for herself, she makes sure that she puts little slots in so that she can put runes in later so that she can enchant the armor. Okay, so Ina comes home and she goes, I have presents!
Murphy's still asleep.
It's like
And
late
then-
in the day, dude. It's like evening time now.
Wait, is this day 2?
Yes, this is like the end of day 2.
Oh, okay. So Murphy would have just gotten back and they're napping.
Solis would be at her kitchen table, just be like, I saved Murphy from the police today.
Well, I found out some cool things. Just to do a quick recap, I have a secret project present that I'm going to be giving to you today. And then I have another present that's just for Murphy, if that is okay.
Murphy walks in and is like, why are you being loud?
Because I have presents. And
Okay.
I found out stuff about the goggles.
Okay. Murphy's still groggy.
So she pulls out the goggles and she says, my good friend Pippin said that these are discovery goggles, that whoever wears them is able to discover what their heart most desires. I feel like if Murphy put it on, it would be those muffins that I brought up yesterday.
Murphy's eating a muffin.
And then she puts the goggles down and then she says, but Pippin did say that these are in fact a token of Ismene, and so that we need to keep them in a safe place. And then she then proceeds to then go, now for the presents. And then she busts open the door and runs out to where she had the presents hiding outside, and then she pulls them in. So I thought the last time that we went on an adventure, we were heavily underprepared, even though that's not anyone's fault of their own. But I wanted to make sure that you guys were prepared. So I got you gifts. And then so she pulls out the satchel that has all of the tiny hammers in them. And she goes, this is filled with a bunch of tiny axes.
I suppose I can use those as like throwing
Exactly.
knives.
These were made by my brother Mars, and they do a pretty good job. But I do think they're in town because I don't know how else these axes would have gotten here, and these are very specifically made by Mars. And then she shows Mars's. I feel like it's just like a M. It's the most M,
really shaky.
the most carved into a tree looking M you've ever seen in your life. And she goes, that tells me everything I need to know. If you need to know what they look like, Mars is taller than me, about 2 inches or so, has pretty short cropped hair, black as night, has some scruffy stuff's going on here, starting to build a little bit of this, and a little bit of a crazy look in the eye, if I'm being quite honest, because who makes tiny axes like this? What the fuck? So there's that. And then she goes, I'm pretty sure later, when I get back into the swing of things, I could probably enchant them for you, Murphy, so that they can return to you or to return to the bag.
That would be nice. Also, I wish I could grow a beard. I've tried. 250 years, got nothing.
Might be a romantic thing. Anywho,
no, he's got a full beard, though.
Yeah, they've been working very hard on that beard. It took them a long time before they couldn't make a beard, and now they wanted to build a beard, and then Alcinda said, sure, you can make a beard now. Anywho, so I also made you guys these. And then she pulls out the light leathers. And she goes, I wasn't sure if you'd be able to wear heavy leathers or not, because you're not really trained in wearing armor, but I figured you need something to help protect you.
So here's the fun thing. I was looking over it when you were talking about making leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
Murphy can wear leather armor. Hold on.
Okay.
Ignore armor penalty if leather armor altogether. It affects neither speed nor dex. So I can wear any kind of leather armor.
Do you have armor training?
It's just part of being rogue or whatever class I am.
I have no idea if I can. I don't know if I can have armor or not because I'm a mage.
Well, that's why I got light leather, because light leather, from what I saw, I didn't see anything about robes and stuff or armor restrictions for mages in the DA book. when I was making them.
We can double check when we go to Gen Con.
Yeah, because like in the DA book, like in Dragon Age, they wear nothing but like robes and stuff. But in like later, you can have like robes and like DAI where it's like you can wear like enchanter mail and stuff like that. So like if we want to play it that way, like play by Dragon Age Inquisition rules, you probably could wear light leather, but she wanted you to have something of some kind of protection for right
now. Solus looks at it and goes, I mean, it's cute. It's not really my colors, though.
Okay, but hold on. I haven't described it yet. Okay, so Ina made them very specific for each person. So, who wants to have theirs described first?
I think easily, it should be after like Solus's comment. You know?
So then she goes up to Solus and she goes, I know this looks like a plain brown drab, but it's not. And so she then like, ta-da! And like throws it into the light and has like little like silver speckles on them to make it look like glitter. And she goes, I did something really cool. And I figured out that if I chisel away at some silver, I would be able to add them into the curing process and make it kind of glitter. But if you look, and then she like shows like on the one that would look like it's like the breastplate part.
Yeah.
There is a cute little, oh God, I don't have it up because I was thinking about it when I was coming up with this shit last week. Oh God, the symbols of Absalom are bunnies, flowers. I'm trying to remember shit. Fuck.
There are doves, there's bunnies, there's flowers.
Okay, she goes, I know that you're a follower of Absalom, and I figured that even though you can't be super violent, it would be something that would be nice to have at least with the blessing of some kind of goddess or another. And she points out there is this beautiful little, like, dove on the front that has, like, the little peace thingy. Whatever it carries.
An olive branch.
Like the olive branch thing.
Yeah.
And then underneath it has like along like the sides and like around like where all of like the edging is like runes and like basically like God tongue, whatever the fuck. That like essentially says, I am a bringer of peace, like I am a protector of friends, like essentially like a chant that people of Absalom would say, like up in the Citadel. And then there's also like cool like flower vines and like stuff like along the stitching, and like it looks very much soulless. And she goes, it took me a long time to figure out how to make it sparkly.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Ina.
Plus, I could figure out how to make it change color. And then I feel like it would be so cool if instead of it being like a brown, it's like a mauve-y tone.
Solus would definitely wear it then if it was more like
it's
in
like
the
she
pink
figured out
family.
how to make it like turn into like a different color, and so like it's like a mauve tone. Like that's why like she spent a long time figuring this shit out. And she goes, and now for Murphy, and then pulls out Murphy's. And so Murphy's is dyed like this really cool like green brown kind of like, it's green in some areas, it's brown in the others, so it looks almost like just like almost like an outfit where it's like sleeves are different, top different, but on like the leather and stuff like on the breastplate, instead of it being like just Robanthus's stuff, it's like a circle and it has all of the different places that Murphy has visited and has spent time in. And even though like haven't spent time with Mamortum is still on there. And then it has like as like this like circle thing, it like as you can see it has like a like it looks like it's like a flower that is blooming on it to like nod to Robanthus, but like it would be really cool if it's like a flower that Ina doesn't know about. And she's like, I don't know, I just thought it was cool. And I thought of this flower and it looked really cool. And then along like it, the stitching itself is like green and the parts where it's brown, and the parts where it's brown, or where the parts are green, the stitching is brown. And it has almost like an ombre effect. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Where it goes from like a dark green up
Yeah.
to a light green, a dark brown up to a light brown. And that's Murphy's fucking cool stuff.
I like that a lot as a player. And then Murphy's going to be like, oh, wow, this is like really thoughtful. This is nice. I like this.
Now I need you to put them on. I need to make sure I got all the measurements right when you were sleeping.
As Murphy's putting it on, they're going to ignore that comment.
Solus is also ignoring that comment. Now,
but as Murphy's...
Can I just say something really funny? Can Solus's armor be like the ones in Skyrim where it's just like the bikini?
Oh, yeah, like it has a really good armor rating, but it covers nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, if we want to be real, it's essentially a bandeau
like
crop top. It's like it's like where like the sleeves come down like this, and it's like a crop top.
I know exactly what. Yeah,
and like leather pants. That's like the whole vibe. That's how like Ina knows. Ina knows her audience.
Yeah, she was just like, Solus would not wear this if it covered her entire midriff.
And then, like, I feel like the one for Murphy, it like allows for like that cloak that you wear, whatever the thing that goes out in like the picture that you have of yourself.
Yeah,
like it's thin enough for you to be able to put that over.
Okay, it definitely fits Solus perfectly. She's just like, you got my tits like perfect. It's like hugs them.
Well, that's because I measured and it works out very well, and I know exactly what I'm doing.
As Murphy's putting theirs on, they're going to be like, I really hope Mortem doesn't see the symbol on here. She knows I haven't been to her domain, but...
No, but you are going to be Robanthis's heir, and it would make sense for you to be able to represent all of the domains and not just one.
True. Very, very true. Maybe one day I'll actually meet Mortem too. That'd be cool.
I don't know. She seems kind of scary.
I think that's just stories. I think I'm pretty sure she's not like that.
Who knows? Anywho, I also made something for myself, and then she goes and she takes the time to like put on her totally cool now armor. And I didn't think about mine too in depth, so I'm gonna have to just, think of it on the fly, because I spent literally days thinking about how would make yours. So
True
I feel like
behavior.
Huh?
True Ina behavior.
True Ina behavior. So I feel like Ina's, it would be like. I feel like for Ina's, it would almost resemble, for the friends who know, like in Dragon Age, it would almost resemble like the Templar armor, but it's like the sword and it faces upwards and it faces downwards and it has like these lines. But I feel like for Ina, it would be really cool if she had hers and it was like, had like, like the dink, 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 like the cool little etchings and stuff. And it had like vines and stuff, like just a very Ina type male armor. And so she has it where it's like, I want to say it's like the color of like the fancy elven stuff from Lord of the Rings, like that white one.
Where it's like white, gold, platinum.
Where it's like the chainmail part, but I feel like where it's like covering her arms and stuff. But like the main thing, I think it would be really cool if when she like stood in the light, it almost like flickered like fire. Like she was able to figure out how to make it work like that, like with colors. So it would look like it's like a white fire that like.
I feel like you could put like some kind of glitter or something on there that would do that.
Yeah, like she figured out how to make that happen where it looks like almost like Alcindor, like with the fire and stuff. But she has like these cool like interconnecting thing, like again, like same with Murphy, same with Solus, where like along like the sides and stuff are like the prayers for like certain things of like protection, keeping safe, blah 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 blah. But then she has like on her back, she has like how many slots do you think we should have, Allie, as a game master for enchanting things? Like how many slots would we have on armor and weapons? Because typically it's 2 on weapons, 2 on armor.
I was gonna say 4 total, so that's basically
okay.
2 on armor, 2 on weapons.
So what she would have is she would have 1 on one shoulder blade, 1 on the other, and on the inside she has like a lotus flower for one of the enchantment rune slots, and then on the other she has like one of the symbols of Alcindor would been like the wolf, right? That's one of his symbols is a wolf. So she has a lotus flower, she has a wolf, and then I feel like she would have like the sword and the stuff on the front is smaller, but it also almost like Murphy's, it looks like it's blossoming out of like a lotus flower. And then on all of our armor and stuff, it has her maker's mark and stuff on it, which is the lotus flower with like a little eye in it. And that's what I did.
So Solus is sitting at the cafe downstairs of her apartment, the Prism Cafe and Bakery. And she's outside reading, looking at her iPad, not really an iPad, tablet. There's no way in hell Apple will ever sponsor us. Looking at her tablet and just sort of scrolling. And as she's scrolling and looking at a book, a shadow of a person kind of looms over her, and she turns around to see a very stocky build with very intense shoulders, dark hair, has the newly formed facial hair, is looking down at her, saying absolutely nothing, and she's looking up at them, saying absolutely nothing. They give her a tiny axe, and they walk away. And she just looks at it and goes, huh. Hey, hi, hello, friends. Thank you so much for being here and listening to our fun little podcast. If you aren't, why not? How come you aren't following us on all of our social medias? If you want to follow us on the Hellscape, which is Twitter, you can follow us by looking up a dice_drop. And if you are more of a Threads or Instagram person, you can follow us over at Dice Drop Pod. If you don't like social media really, but you like Discord, our Discord is also below in our link tree. These are all ways to like get information whenever we put out a new episode. If you just want to like talk to us, get to know us better, like that's the best way to come and talk to us. The game we are playing is the Age System, created by Green Ronin Publishing. And if you're like, hey, I want to check out some Age System games, run over to greenroninstore.com and be sure to use the code DICEDROP and get 10% off your entire order. Our music intro outro is provided by Ty Artemis. We love them. And our next episode will be out September 21st. See you then. Bye.
Quick question that has nothing to do with any of this. Have you guys ever had a white mocha? Oh shit, they have a berry mocha. I forgot about that.